Good morning, Kate.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Brilliant. 23 questions, let's go. How do you feel about being a woman in engineering?
My very first job was a mathematician in an engineering company, and now I'm a maths lecturer in an engineering department. And sad to say, the proportion of women hasn't changed much over the years. I'm dreaming of the day when it's not unusual for a woman to be an engineer.
What's the most rewarding thing about teaching?
When you explain a mathematical concept to students, and a group of them are as blown away by it as you were when you first had it explained to you.
What's your superpower?
Patience.
Who do you want to inspire?
My students.
And what does International Women in Engineering Day mean to you?
It's a day for celebrating the women who already are in engineering, and it's also a day for enthusing all those women who are studying STEM subjects and encouraging them to go into a career that requires logic, creative thinking, technical knowledge and problem solving.
Brilliant. What's been the highlight of your career?
I think the highlight of my career is probably being the head of maths in the university that's named after the Scottish mathematician John Napier.
And what surprised you most about university?
I think the thing that surprised me most was that I'm called by my first name. When I was a student, we called our lecturers Dr. Brown and Professor Smith, if we even dared to talk to them.
And what do you like about numbers?
Numbers are completely logical and they underpin everything in this world.
What's your earliest memory of loving maths?
I've loved maths ever since I was at primary school, even though, of course, then what I was doing was arithmetic. I think because there's a right answer.
All engineers wear hard hats. True or false?
False. It's a shame that this is a prevalent image of engineering in the world today. Engineers have creative and logical brains, but it's very hard to show that in a photograph.
What's your message for aspiring female engineers?
Go for it. You could be anything from a rocket scientist to creating green energy and saving the planet. What's not to like?
Name one thing you still have from your childhood.
I still have the teddy that my auntie made me when I was a baby. He's very old now and he's only really got fur inside his ears.
And what's your favourite place in the world?
Phillip Island, Australia.
Why?
Because that's where my favourite penguins live, the little blue penguins.
iPhone or Android?
Android, because I don't like the non-sharing principles behind Apple.
Tell us one thing about yourself that would surprise most people.
I've climbed all the Scottish Munros.
And where do you see yourself in future?
Well, I'm getting towards the end of my career, so I see myself gardening, walking in the hills, playing and listening to music, and doing a calculus problem every day.
What do you do to relax?
I work in the garden, I walk in the hills, and I play and listen to music.
Would you bungee jump?
No. Despite being a hill walker and having climbed the inaccessible pinnacle on the Isle of Skye, I'm really not good with heights and falling.
Do you play any instruments?
I play the trombone in a local wind band.
Weirdest word in the English language?
Rhythm, because it doesn't have a vowel apart from Y.
If you could go back to a moment in the past, what would it be?
It would be June 1968 to the NBC's Burbank Stadium for the Elvis's 68 comeback special.
And what's your life motto?
Go for it.